So, we're gonna be talking about brony drama again. I don't know why I sung that. So there's this guy, his name is Vita, okay? I've talked about him a couple times before. But essentially, he leaked assets from the Secret Rift, which if you do not know is FNGR's attempt to do the Rift Cafe, but he somehow made it worse. These assets were made by a woman named Lightning Bliss, who I don't think I've actually ever talked about. Or at least haven't mentioned in a full video yet. I've more than likely mentioned her in passing or something, because, fun fact, I'm actually blocked by her on Twitter, even though I hadn't said anything about her until now. Okay. Now, Lightning Bliss responded to this with only the most pure professionalism by DMCAing it. That DMCA contained her information, and Vita found out some things about Lightning Bliss. Now, I'm not going to go into detail about that because it's simply not my place to do so. You can find the information, though, if you're curious. I, however, would not recommend you do so for obvious reasons. I would, however, Lightning Bliss is now claiming that Vita doxed her, however, which is simply not the case. She gave Vita that information, and he found out other things about Lightning Bliss. And since then, the virtuous man himself, Toon Critic, has also supposedly been in contact with Beefish, who has, as such, been informed that everyone is acting extremely paranoid. May I just say, Toon Critic, if I hadn't actually covered you before and know about you, I would think you were a very virtuous individual. Don't worry. I would, however, also like to point out that Lightning Bliss's DMCA was unjust, and let me tell you why. Because in the original tweet in question, which is now down, Vita did actually provide some criticism, making it fair use. Granted, that criticism was a simple, "This sucks," but still. As well as the fact that, honestly, I don't consider Lightning Bliss a very good artist. I'm just going to be honest. She's extremely, her color scheme is muted, her shapes are basic, they're just not very good in my opinion. She's not the worst artist, mind you. I think Christie is worse, but she's in the bottom in my opinion. Oh, and the fact that we know Lightning Bliss has used DHX assets before in her content, making her a hypocrite. And if she were to actually sue Vita, which is the only way this case could go forward, DHX would more than likely find out. And it's not just like Christie, where she's violating trademark law. She's actually using DHX assets, and could get into legal trouble for that. Oh my god. Again, just like I told Christie, okay, put that on Hasbro's map and you can deal with them too. That will be fun, trust me. Oh, fun for people like me who get to cover the case and already predicted you'd lose it because you attempted to sue Vita, because you pushed this DMCA to a higher level, but still, fun nonetheless. As for Toon Critic, just know, every time a Toon Critic acts virtuous, your facade becomes easier to figure out, essentially. Again, Toon, I've covered you for about half a year now. We know you aren't a virtuous person. You're virtue signaling, essentially. But anyway, that's it. I'm Ephrom, and good night.